And I can't actually do the declaring war on them to do it, because, who won that war with, Prussia and Bavaria? I think Prussia did, considering that they own land here. Polish nationalists. Yeah, I didn't look at that when I was looking at the great powers. Yeah, Prussia's got a little bit more prestige. I'm really worried about that now, actually. Maybe I should have been more vigilant about it. Whatever, man. Oh, another thing I can do. We can't invest in them. Oh, Lancaster just dumped Vinland. Because they don't have any... Oh, crap. Birth rate, very high. That's not good. Well, actually, because our education efficiency has been going good. Increasing our population growth is not necessarily a bad thing. Alright. The poor are doing pretty well. Let's raise our taxes here. I'm not too worried about it. I just want it to be, you know. Responsible about that. Chef mining in the Hejaz. Cool. Opium problem. It's not a problem. Well, it's technically a problem for you. But, you know. Pit mining in Mosul. Will they ally with this? Ooh. Hey, I got a core in Hale. Local business fails. I'll support the business. I don't know if this actually increases our relations or anything, but I will go ahead and do this. I'll ally with them. Certainly raises our relations and stuff. Yeah. And France is, York is doing some colonial stuff. Hopefully, Amalfi decides to do something against France. Because there's not much I can do. They're going to beat me to that. No, we're actually getting points at relatively the same rate. So they won't be able to get into the sphere before I can do something else with them. So that's good. Can lower their relations or something. They'll probably end up discrediting me, because my discredit, I believe, just wore off. Yeah, so they'll probably discredit me when they get enough points to do it. That's a terrible way of doing it, but that's the way the computer does it. So what's going on here? Rebels. Dagestani nationalists. Celebration of freedom! People are getting along just fine in at least one of our provinces, it seems. In at least one. Local political deadlock that has persisted in one of our states since the last election has been resolved in a compromise across party lines. With a compromise reached, the local political assemblies can get back to work. Locals are taking to the streets, celebrating the event as a great victory for democracy, and recalling those immortal words by Friedrich Schiller, "Joy, beautiful sparkle of the gods, daughter of Elysium, all men become brothers when your tender wing lingers." It's a very odd quote. Truly something particular. And all pups lose consciousness now. Everybody rejoice. Everybody's cool. I really want to finish the canal, but I'm going to have to fight kicking and screaming with France to prevent them from getting that. Would I declare war on France for that? That is really the question. is it worth it to declare war on France for the Suez Canal? I think the answer definitely has to be no, considering their considerable military advantage over us. They have almost 50%, well, they have more than 50% more military, but I have no doubt that they have a considerable advantage over us in technology and things like that. However, it might be difficult for them to get troops to us. And if we could ally with somebody who would be very inconvenient to them... Well, it seems like Lancaster broke their alliance with us. If I allied myself with France, would, they won't accept. So they have too many great power allies, because they are allied with... who? Madagascar's in their sphere. Madagascar is my fucking vassal. How does that work? I don't even know. They're allied with Amalfi. That is bad. That is bad. Lancaster, will you get an alliance with me again? Yes. But... well, actually, that might prevent France from using their fleets on me. This is the danger of not being a powerful European country, is that we actually have to worry about other people's stuff. Some more regulars. Whatever. Now if he wants military access... nah. And alright, so it is now 1867. And we just discovered Clausewitzian theory, which gives us cool stuff. So, a battleground in the, well, diplomatic sense in Egypt to try to prevent France from doing cool stuff. Now, if I discredit France, they'll simply discredit me. What I should do is, because adding to sphere costs 100. But decreasing someone's opinion costs 50. So if they pass 50, then I can simply discredit them. You know what? I think it might be dangerous to do that. I'm going to go ahead and discredit them. And see if I can't get those points back fast enough to actually do something else to them. That may have been a bad idea, but decreasing the opinion only takes 50. It takes 100 to add them to their sphere. So if I get 50 points before they get 70 points, or well, 65 points, then we'll be cool. If the, if they discredit me, then we're basically stuck back where we started, because they're going to spend points on that. I really don't want to stop, because I want to get at least the next phase finished. Yeah, so they discredited me, so we're back to square one. Cholera spreads. Did we have a cholera thing? 1 minute, he's walking and talking normally. Next, he clutches his stomach, dashing in the general direction of the outhouse. There's only one explanation. Cholera? I guess. So because we did that, France has no choice but to follow suit. Thankfully, Amalfi is apparently out of the business of... oh no, they're not. They're starting to do that. And I can no longer... I thought I would be fine with declaring war on Amalfi for that. But apparently I'm not, because France just dropped out of the... because, yeah, this is just awful. And there's really nothing I can do about it until functionalism is finished. Let's turn our speed up a little bit so that we can see what's going on. I didn't imagine that we were going to have a... Yeah, and they're both working on it now. We were actually going to have such a, I suppose, intense battle with anybody for this sort of thing. And it looks like we can't stop Amalfi from getting their points there. There's nothing we can do. Okay. Did France just take something from Hungary? Oh, Krakow got... Oh, Krakow. Prussia took part of Krakow. Oh. What happened here, though? I guess they were at war with Amalfi. Yeah, that's part of Hungary right there. We're gonna get functionalism soon. Communists in Turkmenia. A group of Persian Marxists have gathered support in Ashgabat, quickly turning all of Turkmenia into a stronghold of communist thinking, one that may endure for some time to come. It is almost certain that should Persian politics turn to something not of their liking, Turkmenia will be one of the first regions where we see trouble begin. We had a stronghold of conservatives before. It's a similar thing, just for communists. So now we get this, which gets us some colonial power immediately. And create a state in Persian Indian Ocean territory, huh? This doesn't seem like something. 502? That is probably not worth it. But I'll do it anyway. Oh, it doesn't actually expend anything. Okay. So now, finally, we can start thinking about doing this stuff. So we need to start getting our ship construction up, so we can actually build ships that are combat ships, etc. So now we're going to be gaining more points over time. Probably not enough to actually prevent Amalfi from doing anything. Hopefully they actually do something to France, which would be extremely foolish of them to do. But it's really our only hope at this point. Ming and Zhao have got a white peace. A French dynam. So I mean, it's like they're not actually telling me when wars are happening. And another election. Okay. Contentious election. Aw. We don't lose any prestige, which is good. Good violent elections or something like that. I wonder what that was. Ugh. So they doubled up in the discredit. It doesn't actually double up, it just continues it. So we're gaining the same rate as before. Okay, so we want either... Well, we want protectionism. No doubt. We will actually go out of our way to... Okay. So we could discredit Amalfi. But I really should... European influence. National debate. Economic things. So we want... planned economy here. Up here, influence. Yes, we will support this. Carlos Spain goes bankrupt. Not something I care about. Evil at the altar. Whoa. Deranged priest molesting a child. Oh, the dastardly fiend. I guess we have to do this. Which coincidentally lines up with the things I want to do anyway. I don't have an ulterior motive. What are you talking about? So I can create a state in another good spot to do so. Boom. More states. Actually do something in Carlist, Spain. Let's see. Sure. We'll increase our opinion there. Hey, now we're friendly. Could put a European dude in our sphere. Why not? Oh, I should do something with my diplomacy. Because I've been messing around with France, I need to maintain my relations with them. Maintain relations with myself. Malfi, I guess. Yeah, Prussia's really start to hit the gas with their... Oh, because they did the hegemony thing with Bavaria, yeah. Well, we might be seeing some crowns from gutters. If things end up working in their favor. So, all that we care about is preventing them from sphering them. That is the only thing I care about. Can we beat them to 50 points? So we want anti-military here. Not pacifists. And we need to get to 50 before they get to 100. Okay. And removing from sphere costs 100, so I'd have to go up all the way to remove them from their sphere, and then France would probably swoop in and poach it. Alright, well that's not going to cause a lot of problem. So now we get Clipper design. Okay, let's just keep going with that. Get some steamers. Infamy is quite low. Let's start thinking about indoor here. And by thinking about, I mean actually doing something about indoor. This is going to be a really long session. Surge of liberalism. Oh, that's awful. Shit. Well... yeah, I don't know how much that's going to affect my things. Let's see. Yeah, that's rubbish. Screw those laissez-faire guys. Hey, socialists! Cool. That's what we want. Yeesh. It's rough. 1868... in January of 1868, so we might actually get some good points in before that happens. Let's see, we want... secularized? I should just find a compromise, I suppose. Since I can't actually increase my secularization at all. It's kind of a tough thing. Okay. Justice demands a retrial. Am I gonna get there in time? No, probably not. Since France is going to stop me from doing anything. Surge of socialism! Hey, there we go. Looks like the socialists have a talent. So it's the same thing. Suez Canal Phase 2 completed. Start Phase 3. Mission to indoor. Oh. Okay. So, everybody likes full citizenship here. Very dangerous because the Republicans want that too. But, we've got to do what we've got to do, really. Shadowy cabals. So, I don't know if I've had this before. Battle lines have been drawn, and the fate of the nation therefore rests, gentlemen, firmly in our hands. We must either strive upwards to claim our rightful place in the sun among the nations of our world, or descend backwards into corruption, despotism, and backwardness. in a gentleman's club has opened in one of our provinces, dedicated to furthering the interests of its members, charitable causes, and the nation in general. The gentleman's club is set to become a pillar of local society for years to come. It's just like consciousness and less... Okay, consciousness is good for us. In the elections. So, what happened here? Liberal socialists have a big... Conservatives declared victory, but... we did get... ooh. Some nice gains for our upper house. Where is the source of the Nile? The Royal Geographic Society has announced that an award will be presented to the first explorer who determines the source of the Nile. Let's outfit an exposition. Yeah. None of that losing prestige stuff. Oh, we got discredited again. But we're gonna make it there. We're gonna make it there. Yes. I mean, no, that's bad. We're gonna make it to the point where we can actually lower their opinion of Amalfi. Let's do it first. Pause, 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 pause. Decrease opinion of these guys. Yay! So they're gonna immediately raise it back up, which will cost them points. Or they might even stop. Yeah, they stopped. Panama acquires Panama. So they just had a thing happen over here. Huh. Okay, so it looks like the USCA is completely gone now. Cool. I'm surprised that Texas hasn't been killed by Vinland yet. Perhaps they are fomenting some sort of war goal against them. The immortal liberation of Tartaria. Apparently our allies are on that side. So we might see some good stuff from that. So okay. I don't remember how many phases this is, but this is probably going to be a long, protracted battle. I'm much better equipped to fight it, though, now that I have the maximum amount of points I could have. Unfortunately, well, fortunately, both of us have the problem of our capital not being in the same place, but they cannot have more points than I do, I don't think. And does our government... And I have a good dude, actually. We're going to be getting a new dude here soon. So we might get a shitty guy. Muscat integrated into the Persian Republic. Hey! More prestige for more cores. Cool. Where is that thing? I think it's probably under artifacts. Where's that? Here. Great Statesman, yeah. So it expires on the 11th of... Oh, that guy's going to be around for a while. Okay. Cool. So I don't remember how many phases this has. It said to save 300, and we spent... I think a little over 75 and 75. So yeah, it's probably got a couple more phases. But France is doing something else. Cholera spreads. Oh, some drinking going on. Nothing wrong with that. Unless you're one of those temperance dudes. And then in which case there is. Yeah, they're back up to friendly. As you can see here. Ugh. Hopefully they fight amongst each other for a little while. Mission to Indore. Alright. And unfortunately, even if I did want to do the war thing with them, because they are friendly in relations, it is highly likely that so this allows ironclads now. Okay, I'm going to be building some other stuff first. Supply range is quite important for navies. However, it doesn't unlock anything else. That's one of the problems with the navy things, is that they don't really unlock anything else. Really, the thing is having steamers to begin with. So we're going to get iron steamers. But let's start getting this commerce stuff first. We'll go a little bit longer, since I guess... Oh, France is really doing some stuff. This is going to be very bad for us. Look at that. Look at France. I think France is getting out of hand. I don't think there's a whole lot we can do about it. Yeah, unfortunately. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it unless they get involved in something else. What I'm trying to do in Africa here. Africa. Okay. Mission to Endor again. Nothing. Okay. Come on, start discrediting each other and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point it's not worth worrying about. Yeah, we got banned. Can't even do anything. Chamber of Commerce protests. The Chamber of Commerce in one of our states has lodged an angry protest with local government complaining that the government's economic policy of economic interventionism harms local businesses by distorting the fundamental logic of the free market. Inspired by the Enlightenment publications on free trade and laissez-faire by the French physiocrats and the Scottish Enlightenment, the Chamber of Commerce demands that the government's policy change and that they be left alone to conduct business in the manners which they see fit. If demands are not met, they threaten to raise the issue to the national level. Refuse to submit to political demands by the entrenched elites. That's right. Screw you. While we research freedom of trade. That is unwise. I remember what happened last time. So they just used their points on something. Don't know which. I want to get this, because this has a lot of stuff that we could have gotten a lot of more prestige before, but it unlocks a lot of factories. And I think... more cows. Grammar schools. Hey, there we go. That's one of the things I wanted. We are pleased. Our influence goes up by 20. Hey, cool. That would have been great to have a little while ago. Fucking game. Okay, let's turn the speed down a little bit. Let's see. Ooh. Nice. Alright. There we go. So now we have our causes belli against them. You know, while I'm banned, I might as well focus on the Albura kids. So I can't do anything else. I'm literally unable to do anything with them. And I guess that influence didn't actually have any effect. I suppose we could try to get an alliance with Prussia. I think they're allied with Lombardia, though. No. Oh well. I might as well increase my relations with them. Magellan Jihad. Okay, so let's run it to the end of the year, and then we will call this a session, finally. All socialists. Lots of people in the upper house. That's not good. But we've made our first steps along the road, and we've started building the canal, even though the French and Greek or Italians, whatever they are now, are fighting me tooth and nail to try to snag it for themselves. I'm not even sure if the way the rules work with that. I'm fairly certain if they get the sphere, then they will take that from us, which is not something I can really do. And they just kind of waited until I started building the canal, and then they started doing it because the computer's a huge jerk. So I will see you next time on Let's Play Victoria 2, in which we will declare war on Endor. Kill them for all of their indoors, like maybe Ewoks or something. They were from Endor, right?